Welcome to the hero's journey. To the hero's journey. The hero's journey.
In the distance looms a mystical mountain. At its peak, a great fire burns, concealing the Prometheus lens, an ancient artifact said to reveal the hidden truth within a deliberately darkened world. Join us as we travel and explore the vast unknown. It's a hero's journey, with dragons to slay, damsels to save, and innumerable treasures to hoard. Torches high.
The Smithsonian, they caught wind of a giant skeleton, who would send their agents out to get it.
But it takes courage to move forward, to move out of the shadows, out of the unreality that we think of as reality.
Truth gets marginalized, and sometimes you have to look on the margins for the truth.
We are all on the hero's journey.
You know, look at it from a different perspective.
What's happening? What's up? Hold out your glass, because we're about to fill it up. Welcome to the Prometheus Lens podcast. If you're within the sound of my voice, this means you are an all-access pass holder. So, 'tis the season, right? Halloween. High strangeness is reported. Some think that it's a thinning of the veil, so to speak. So I thought I'd put this episode together for you guys. But this is actually excerpts that I pulled out of an episode that I did with a guy named Brady. Brady's a third-degree Freemason. And during his talk with me about Freemasonry, he started delving into all the supernatural experiences and dark forces that he's encountered while dealing with this Freemasonry. And as he goes to his journey, he finds out that he's got a lot of family ties to Freemasonry that he didn't realize before. So he talks about his experiences dealing with these generational curses, so to speak. But this guy has a lot of just mind-blowing, crazy supernatural experiences, and he shares them with us. And throughout the show, he mentioned these, and I cut them up to make an episode for you guys, just in time for Halloween. So, sit back, grab your cup of Kevlar Joe's coffee, and enjoy the journey, guys.
So I'm 36. As we like to say, I'm a knuckle dragger. I'm a CNC operator. I actually just got promoted to lead hand of our shift not long ago. Been mostly just in the trades. Did a little stint in finance for a little bit. For career-wise, that's just been, I'm a trades guy. I like to fix things and, tear things down and rebuild them and stuff. So that's kind of what I do now. When I was in finance, so one of the things when you're, self-employed, you got to kind of get your feet on the ground and try to find business, right? So when I was self-employed in finance, I wanted to kind of network myself. And so I came up with the bright idea to join the Freemasons. So I found out that it was actually, my grandmother was an Eastern Star, a great aunt was an Eastern Star. I had a great uncle and a grandfather and a great grandfather who were all Masons. So I have quite the generational Masonic. Yeah, it's 100%, man, 100%. And like I also have a sterling silver pen that was, I believe this was my grandfather's. Now that I know who is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sterling silver tie pin. So my mom actually gave me this because they didn't keep anything else after everybody passed away. They got rid of everything. And like my whole life has been just paranormal from the get-go, between seeing ghosts and stuff when I was a kid at my grandma's house to being chased by a giant whale shark ghost in the middle of a cemetery. Seeing a ghost shapeshifter walking through the forest with a bayonet in its chest. I had a coyote giggle and wink at me one night. Like I've seen I've had a shadow guy with paralysis. Like it wasn't sleep paralysis. I was awake and it was pure awake paralysis where I couldn't move for a good like 30 seconds.
And there was no drugs involved in these incidents.
No, because all my drugs were when I was younger. So, I always used to think like I've always believed in the paranormal, but it's only over the last, I'd say, year or so that I've really started to kind of piece together a lot of the stuff that's gone on in my life, and it's just because I'm finding out more about my family history.
Your family's opening doors, and then you are opening doors, and that just leaves room for stuff like that to creep in.
100%. Like I wasn't born Roman Catholic, or I wasn't even born Christian. When my mother divorced when I was 4, and then she remarried when I was 8, and then so he had 2 daughters, and my mom had myself and my older sister. I'm actually the youngest of the 4 of us, so 3 older sisters. So that was always nice.
I had 2.
There you go. So you know what it's like. So when we moved, the area that we moved into had a really dungy looking public school, and then it had a really nice looking Catholic
curses
school
going on there.
And so my parents were like,
generational curses, yeah.
Like to go to, and I was only in grade 2 at the time, so we're like, let's go to the Catholic school. It's nicer. I want to go to that one. So then we had to, get baptized and do all that, the first communion and stuff in order to actually attend this school. So that's kind of how we got into it, and then I became an altar server for quite some time. So I had this real negative outlook on religion. So I kind of went the other way. Like I met some people and went the complete opposite dark side, I guess, and started getting into the witchcraft and, and then from there kind of into the new age once I was in my 20s and stuff. And so, yeah, we did, seances and spell casting, runes and tarot and just everything that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
So which I think was what helped amplify, because like you already got the generational curses from all these Masons in the family, and and then as you're getting older, you're starting to do all this stuff that you're not supposed to do. You're literally you're inviting them in, you're kicking the door down for them, for this oppression and influence. Like, I wasn't possessed flying, crawling up walls and stuff like that, but there's been like 2011 is kind of a blur for me. I don't really remember much of that year. Then I had mental health issues to the point that I tried jumping off a cliff in 2013. And the interesting story about that was, it was shortly after I got into Masons, and by that point I was a 2nd degree, and I'd already taken 2 heavy oaths, hand on the Bible kind of oaths. And then my mental health started to really slip. I was going through some personal issues, and I just had enough. Like I was thinking about the next, 50, 60 years of my life, and I was like, it was unbearable. The thought of it was unbearable for me. And so like I'm standing on this escarpment in the area that I grew up in, and which ironically was right down the street from a place called the Devil's Punch Bowl. Yeah, like I was trying to, think of everything to get me to walk back from that edge, and I just nothing could do it. And so I went to go forward, and the way I describe it is as if I had like a bungee cord attached to my back, and I was at full extension when I kind of went forward, and it just shot me back because something grabbed me.
There you guys have it. Brady, this is a teaser episode for the non-all access pass holders. If you want to hear more, this is about an hour long of just hair-standing accounts of just supernatural and spiritual warfare things that this man has went through. So if you're not a member, head on over to PrometheusLensPodcast.com. Sign up. It's $10 a month or $100 for the whole year. We got episodes like this stacked up already, and we'll have a lot of documentaries and good stuff on the way for you guys. We also have a private Facebook community. We had just opened a Discord. but we had trouble with people figuring it out and things, so we've moved that over to Facebook. So when you sign up for that, you will get an email and an invite to the exclusive Facebook group where we're going to be having private Q&As and things like that. Until next time, torch is high.